Hi, my name is Adam Court, Executive Editor at Sail Magazine, and I'm here at the Annapolis Boat Show aboard the Gunfleet 58. This is a boat from the UK, and it is an absolutely gorgeous boat that has been optimized throughout for blue water passage making and for being pretty comfortable, whether you're on passage or at the hook. This is it's a center cockpit boat, but to be perfectly honest, for some reason, in my mind at least, it doesn't really feel like it because of the fact that the cockpit is divided up into really nice kind of lounging and working areas. You see, you've got very large benches forward where you can relax and get out of the sun or just stretch out or even sleep on anchor. And then after that, you've got these twin wheels with these, more than a helm, it's kind of like a command station back here. You've got, in addition to what are called flight deck wheels, which allows you to access all the instruments without having to get your fingers or your arms stuck in the spokes. You've got a B&G and a CZone digital navigation and electronic control package, which really allows you to run the entire boat from right here. This boat has twin rudders. It's a little bit beamy aft to accommodate all the room below decks, but with those twin rudders, it's going to track really well even if the boat's on its ear. It also has it's really kind of a low aspect ratio fin keel of sorts with plenty of ballast in it, but that also has a centerboard inside, so you can get some good lift when sailing to windward. Board down, 12 feet draft, board up, 5 foot 8 inches. Moving aft, in addition to this great lounging area forward of the working part of the cockpit, you also have what really is a kind of almost a vast aft deck, which is also very, very comfortable. You see over here on the port side, you've got a little bit of a cushion to stretch out on. You've got seats back in the push pit. You also have a recessed main traveler. On this boat, you have kind of a traditional sugar scoop transom for access to the water, but as an option, you can also get a drop-down swim transom. Moving forward on the boat, I love boats like this with nice beefy bulwarks on them. You have plenty of security moving forward, and as you go, not that you really have to because you can control everything aft, but as you go forward you also have flush deck hatches, which means it's an easy, clean way to get forward on this boat. The boat does not have a self-tacking jib, which I find very interesting because of the fact that it's done that way on purpose. If you wanted a boat that handles really well inshore, a self-tacker is the way to go, but this is also a passage-making boat, and by having a headsail, albeit a very narrow one, you can fine-tune that headsail for really making knots offshore. This boat has a double headsail rig on it so that you have a smaller inner jib for kind of the solent stay, or the solent jib as they call them in the UK, but you also have a larger region jib. Again, this whole boat has been optimized for good passages offshore, and the rig shows that. And here we are below decks aboard the Gunfleet 58. Obviously this is a gorgeous boat, but this is one of those boats in which the details seem to work very well. They seem to go together well. For example, like many boats, this boat has hull windows and a lot of ambient light getting into it. But there's something about the feel of this boat that, to me at least, works very well. You'll notice a few small touches. For example, back in the owner's stateroom, there are windows that are right next to you on the port side, a kind of a sofa. On the starboard side, right next to a little work nook. So basically you have lounging spaces right next to a dedicated window where you can relax and read and have the sunshine pouring in. It's a very nice touch and very well executed. I kind of like linear galleys on boats like this when they're this size because they don't feel cramped and yet they're very secure. You have not just engine access, you have an engine room on a boat like this. This has a distributed, digitally switching electrical system, which is nice in the sense that it gives you absolute control of what's going on in terms of your electrical system, and it also means that you have a less complex electrical system. It's just a nice, final, elegant touch on a well-crafted, magnificent blue water cruiser.